He's made of the void because he's your black cat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
He
they are made of
literally
the void.
he doesn't obey physics whatsoever. Like, we've watched him just launch himself from the ground vertically up to his cat tree with zero force or effort.
The force of chaos.
He is truly your familiar.
He is.
Did he find you or did you find him?
He found me. I didn't want him. I was not there to look at that cat.
And now you would never dream of getting rid of him.
Except for when he keeps stepping on my esophagus, but that's besides the point.
I mean,
that goes
Ichigo appeared on my doorstep. Ichigo appeared on my doorstep and has been a menace to society, but mostly me ever since.
Welcome to Owning a Cat, where the cat chooses.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so quick recap, because I know one of us wasn't here the last session, so they need a quick TLDR. The party arrived on the island for the Oracle. They went to the town of Traguna. They met with a enthusiastic shopkeeper who gave them all some lovely candies, which, if I remember correctly, Icarus, I did tell you the amount of candies you got.
Was 4.
Yeah, everyone got 4, save Corey, who got 1 extra.
Because Corey is beefy.
Yes. The party then went to the tavern, if I remember correctly, to stay.
We went to the tavern and asked about
Geayl.
Jeff.
I swear that fucking
Sure.
that audio of what's his name from what's his name going, I will break into your house and shit in places that will leave you confused. It's gonna be Geayl when he finds out how many times you say his name wrong. Anyway, yeah, you guys talked to the owner, who said they will find out anything they can and get back to you later in the evening. In the meantime, you guys headed up towards the temple and met with the Oracle, save a robot. That being said, we're gonna kind of like shoehorn where Dell was while the party was doing their their Oracle meeting. Because if I remember correctly, Dell needed to find a scroll to fix a certain bunny due to some memory issues.
That's right, I needed to.
So thankfully, there are some shops in town that Dell can swing by on their way to catch up with the party, who is like already in town doing stuff. If I also remember correctly, Mogzio asked a question that was very cryptic, but also very like, hey, you're doing fine, don't worry about it. Ori and Hyacinth got a very heavy, ominous bit of info. DFA got a lovely centerpiece for a table when they settle down. And Elric kind of got a vague warning threat implication. It was hard to tell depending on how you want to take it regarding the man they sought. I can speak. But either way, the party was leaving the Temple of the Oracle, but before we get to them, we're going to go to Dell first, because Dell has to do a quick shopping excursion. Because Dell needs a scroll.
Yeah.
We were also being followed by some dude in a cloak.
You weren't being followed. With a hood. They were leaving the temple when you were going in, and when you guys left, you saw them disappearing into the crowd. And only you and Elric noticed. The Moogles were otherwise distracted.
Okay.
But yes, we will get to that after Dell does a quick shopping montage.
Oh yeah. Honestly, to make it as easy as possible, like, he's just looking for a scroll shop so that he can go and get I'm gonna say 2 scroll of dispel magic.
Okay. There is a shop, magic shop. It's called Kyra's Eccentric Seas. I could read words that had multiple C's in it. I'd be
a DM getting to read words? Never.
You know what? Just for that, Del can't float for an hour.
Oh no.
He has to walk. He has to walk like a pleb, like a mere mortal. He must use his feet.
He wonders idly if maybe he like messed something up and
The
and his little rocket boosters failed.
no fuel. The shop owner's name is a lovely woman named Kyra, who was a fire performer goblin. And on walking in, Del, you notice that she is covered head to toe in soot, implying she was doing something pyro related before you entered. And her hair is very unnaturally dyed. Currently, it is a vibrant pink.
Hell yeah.
You said you're looking for 2 girls?
Yeah.
That'll be 450 Geayl. No.
Okay. Yeah. I got
550. I can do math. Shut up. I didn't carry a 1. Even though I distinctly said carry the 1. But yeah, it'll be 550 Geayl for 2 of them. Was that all Del needed of the magic variety, or are there other things?
That's all I can. Sorry. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. That's the only thing he's really focused on.
Okay.
If I come up with something else later, he'll deal with it then. But right now, he's just like, must fix friend. Friend cannot think. Oh no.
That is totally
So,
all
his turbos are just like.
After purchasing them, I'm looking at where I placed everything. Yeah, you come out of the shop just as the party is coming out of the temple, which conveniently, because how this town is set up, these shops predominantly are pretty close to the temple, so they spot you before you spot them. How the party reacts to spotting you walking out of a shop is on them. Guys, what do you do upon seeing the Del?
I don't think DFA
Sure, but
notices.
where did we think he was?
Wait, what was that? Sorry, Corey?
I said this is out of character, but where did we think he was?
Still on the ship.
Oh, okay.
Del was one of those like, oh, I'll join later. I'm busy, and then busy ended, and now they're in town.
Honestly, I don't even know. He might have just been like, "I'll be right back, and I'll find you guys," and then just zoomed.
So yeah, up until this moment, you guys all thought he was still on the boat. And also, DFA says they wouldn't know. Are you still like observing your scepter, or are you just in your own little bubble, DFA?
Nope, scepter's in the backpack and hasn't been touched since.
Duly noted. Oh, if you want, I'll send you a picture what the scepter looks like in a minute.
Yes, please.
Yeah. The city is yours. For the sake of story, Elric excuses themselves, saying they thought they saw something. For those off table, hooded, the cloaked figure, and they want to go check it out. They said they'll meet back up with you at the tavern when they figure out what they saw. That way, no one has to worry where Elric is T-posing. He thinks he's being sneaky.
So where do we want to go?
Yeah, the town is yours.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
How many days old, or how old in general, is Agamedes now?
Hatched before you left Althane. Took you guys 2 weeks to get from there to here, so about 2 weeks and a day.
Has there been any activity from any of the other eggs?
As of you guys disembarking, they're still in that like 3/4 of the way done stage. There's a lot of movement, but no hatching yet. Really quick, we'll just say for like sake of what DFA would know, do a Do you have knowledge, nature?
That's a very good question. IDK.
With knowledge, it's always a who has
Um,
what.
No,
Hyacinth
I
has
do
it.
not.
Oh, okay. If that's the case, just do an intelligence roll.
Nat 1.
You know the eggs aren't bad. Like you know that what's in there isn't like a dud egg. That's all you know though. Other than that, you got nothing.
That tracks.
Yeah. But no, Egamedes is about 15, 16 days old, depending on how you want to look at it. So yeah, you guys all notice. Well, we'll say that Corey, Hyacinth, and maybe Muggsio notice Dell walking out of the store. Since DFA is clearly elsewhere.
Is she? Are we not all walking out of the temple together?
You guys are coming out of the temple together. Dell's walking out of a store. Once Elric noticed the hooded figure, he kind of like disappears off into the crowd to go follow the person, thinking he's being sneaky.
Okay, well, we're trading one for another.
Really how this game's been going so far.
Did you get bored, Dell?
No, I have the thing to help you. Well, sorry, I have the thing to help Hyacinth. Come here.
What? What do I need help with?
Well,
Oh yeah.
I saw the aura that was matching with what I saw around DFA, and since DFA could remember really important things, I figured that you probably can't remember something important, but you don't know what it is because you can't remember. So if I do this, then you'll remember, and then you'll be okay.
I almost want to make you roll a constitution for how Dell doesn't need to breathe. How did he do that?
I mean, technically he doesn't.
That moment of like, does Dell have to do a con save for its talking fast?
Technically, as a Shindroid, I don't take damage from not breathing.
You don't. That's gonna be a problem.
He only needed to breathe so he could continue making noises happen. Sorry. Anyway,
Hyacinth.
Hyacinth's just gonna stand by Dell, just blinking confused. Like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. All right. Hold on, and he's gonna use the thing.
All right, you're gonna use one of your scrolls. We didn't ask last time because we were in a crunch for time to end the session. How does Dell do scroll magic?
Well, he definitely he unfurls it, and I think his voice takes on a almost like echoey quality to it.
Okay.
Kind of like when you're talking in like a really big room and like you're the only one there and it's empty, like that kind of echo effect, but it just sort of is how his voice comes out.
Okay.
And the scroll in particular will glow with kind of like that purplish light, like all of his other magic, and then go off to do whatever it's supposed to do.
Okay. Party, you are privy to this visual. So is the whole entirety of the town that's walking by as you guys are in a main street. I don't know how other GMs do it. Personally, I think if you use a scroll, the scroll burns away when you use it.
Makes sense, especially because like scrolls are essentially single use.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah. So like as you're doing the chant and as Hyacinth begins to glow in response to the scroll being used on them, as the parchment begins to burn away in midair in front of Dell, Hyacinth, your memories that you lost slowly start reconnecting, and little by little you realized what you had forgotten for the past week and a half, 2 weeks. And once Dell settles back down, everyone roll a perception really quick.
Oh, okay.
19.
DFA notices.
Where did
12.
my dice go?
25.
Mogzio notices. Hyacinth notices. How much did you say, Corey?
I said I'd have to find my dice.
Oh, I think okay.
I got a 22.
Dell.
Corey doesn't notice anything.
Everyone but Corey notices that you guys did all this in the middle of town, so you guys are being watched by, like, we'll say mid to late afternoon traffic, like foot traffic, and they're all just watching as Dell kind of starts hovering, does a scroll spell, and then just, comes back down. No biggie, but everyone's just like, what the fuck? Like, it's not strange that someone does scroll magic, but doing it right in the middle of a street was just like, was that necessary? Dell was so excited that they were able to help, they just forgot they were in the middle of public.
I mean, kind of, yeah, honestly, and he wouldn't have, thought of that first off.
Only after the scroll's done, you realize, oh shit. I'm surrounded by people.
Oh no, people.
I will say that once Hyacinth has been affected by the magic and whatnot, they sneeze. Like a big sneeze. And they just have wide eyes and they look around. And they have like concern on their face. Then worry. And then anger.
Yeah, because you remembered Issa and Geayl.
Because their thought process is, oh god, I forgot about Issa. How could I forget about Issa? Issa's supposed to be my business partner. And then it's like, oh god, we have to go deal with Geayl.
You mean Jim?
Gavin.
Gustav.
George?
Anyway.
And
Google.
they're just gonna look at everyone. It's like, oh, I apparently I did forget something. I forgot 2 people. I remember them now, so it's not a big deal now, but it might have been bad if we would have gone back home. Thank you, Dell.
Yeah, I'm glad I can help, and I have one extra just in case. That's going to be a hard one to keep track of, but it'll be okay. In terms of the magic effect, not the scroll. The scroll will stay in my bag.
Do we have to do like checkups now?
I mean, I could always just use detect magic and see if anybody has the aura once a day. Especially after we visit any weird places.
Yeah, that might be good. At least I didn't
Never go
forget
anywhere
any of
not
you.
weird. Yeah,
We
there you go.
don't- we don't go weird places all the time. It's just we kind of end up in weird places.
That tower was also just really fucking spooky.
That too. So I apparently forgot Issa, which was like really bad because I would hate to not know who Issa is, especially after like I asked him to work with us and all of that. And I forgot who Geayl was. And now I remember who Geayl is. I kind of wish I didn't remember who Geayl is. He's so smarmy. I just
I still
Gross.
don't think DFA knows who
He's
Geayl
like
is.
he would ooze if you touched him.
What was that, DFA? I heard half of it.
I said I still don't think DFA knows who Geayl is. No. She just straight up doesn't. She
No,
wasn't paying attention during any of that.
Well, no, what I was going to do was, like, I'm tempted to have DFA roll wisdom to be like, how much memory space was allocated for Geayl? Then be like, no. DFA constantly just formats their memory drives and just doesn't keep anything unless it's absolutely needed.
Every day's a new day.
DFA is Sherlock?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if DFA was a detective and we just didn't know it.
DFA does not need to remember that the Earth goes around the sun, because why does it fucking matter?
As long
Sure.
as they have Megamedes, that's all that matters. Anywho, now you guys have. Well, you guys could head back to the tavern and see if any information was collected, or you can continue about the town and do stuff while you wait for Elric, however long that will take, quote unquote. But Hyacinth has been fixed, and for the moment, it seems everyone is where they should be memory-wise. Save the gambling amnesiac.
He's always like that. It's fine.
I remember everything I need to.
Yep. Except for what you don't want to.
I mean, isn't that just kind of how everybody is, though?
Oh,
That depends.
also,
Okay.
really quick before you guys get to it. Ori, how are you handling the revelation you got? Given.
Well, after spending a little while just kind of spacing out about it, she's a little bit better. She's at least, present and coherent. But she still seems a tiny bit distracted.
Fair enough. Really didn't do much after the revelation. Kind of went into the Mind Palace.
And probably broke some things in the Mind Palace.
I mean, probably. It's therapeutic, okay?
Everyone needs a mental destruction room.
The punching bag.
Do you guys wish to head back to the tavern to see what intel was collected, or did you guys have other explorations you wished to partake in?
Trying to remember what.
Did
track I was
we
on.
want to try to unload the loot that we have before going back to the tavern, or do we want to do that whenever Elric's back?
Maybe when Elric's back.
I can do Elric's
or
off
off
table if I have
screen.
to.
Well, I didn't know if he wanted to do any work on armor and weapons.
That's
like
what I'm saying.
usual.
Like I said,
When we unload shit.
if you guys want to do shopping, I can have him do it in between sessions and have it all count as, he did it on his own time. Since that's not like a plot relevant thing, I can totally do that off table if I have to for him.
We were looking for Geayl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I vote we go back to the tavern to see if what was her name again? Carmen.
Yep,
Carmen.
There's a lot of goblins in this island. And I'm here for it. A lot of alt goblins. So I vote we go back to the tavern and talk to Carmen. See if there's any news about where Geayl is, because we might possibly have to hunt Geayl down. And or attempt to ambush him for answers. So we can come up with a game plan for that. Or he just might be there. Either way.
Yeah, at the moment, I don't think he's suspicious of us. Which we could probably use to our advantage.
For the record, as of now, what you guys know, there's no way that Geayl knows what happened in Althenay. There's no way that anything could have gotten to him to let him know what you guys did to Vizel.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Would not hearing anything be also just as suspicious?
I think it's more of the way that word travels.
Yeah,
in this world, it's slow.
Yeah,
snail mail.
Yeah, unfortunately, Moogle mail doesn't go quickly across oceans yet.
Is it because they fear water?
That too. Rumor has it, Moogle Mail's a little slow because they're short on staff. They had a problem with one Moogle who was really good at their job and then just kind of vanished.
Is Moxio the magic Moogle mailman? Moxio was mail Santa all along.
I can't picture Moxio delivering mail.
I can.
I can imagine Moxio delivering court summons. Just embedding them into somebody's door.
Could be.
Oh god. Moxio just uses his card throwing abilities to serve subpoenas.
Yeah! This is my new theory on Moxio's backstory.
Oh god.
Lodges it in their shoulder. You've been served.
Exactly. Then they have to read it whenever they pull it out of themselves.
Oh my god. The headcanons for Moxio are going to sustain me for years to come. Upon returning to Carmen's, if that is where everyone is saying we should go, it is a little before dinner, so it's a little busier than before. You see some people coming and going, and being that it's around dinner, they're actually serving food and drink those inside. So if you guys are hungry, you can purchase food while you wait to gather your intels.
Hyacinth is going to look at Corey and like, do you want to eat again?
It's been a few hours since they last ate.
Always.
Okay. And Hyacinth is going to go up to the counter and order food for everyone.
Okay.
Except Elric, because he's not here.
Well, yeah. Elric's off being, like, Gronk.
Trying to be sneaky.
He's still got Hyacinth's dagger, so he's got a baseline stealth now.
For those who are interested in the menu, a lot of the food is either fowl, as in like chicken, duck, stuff like that, or crocodile for meat. There's eggs, there's some pies, breads, dumplings, and sandwiches. For drinks, there's water, bourbon, white wine, honey water, Fizzlewigs blueberry fizz, blueberry soda, eggnog, teas, lemonades, and the specialty of the place is called the Dwarven Hammer.
I want that.
Hyacinth is going to order 2 Dwarven Hammers, 2 of the fizzy sodas, and what would DFA like? What DFA like sweets, correct?
Yes.
We're gonna just do 3 of the fizzy sodas. So 3 fizzy sodas and 2 of the Dwarven Hammers, which sound fucking threatening. A whole pie, and then if there's like a smorgasbord of a little bit of everything on the dinner menu, then that's what we're gonna do for the table.
The bartender is a kobold.
Ooh.
A very, very twitchy kobold. Quickly takes the notes and then scurries behind the thing saying the food will be up in a bit and the cost you can either pay now or later. You pay now, just leave it on the bar. It will come to be 75 Geayl because you said the smorgasbord and that. Plus the Dwarven Hammers are expensive because they're specialty drinks.
And with extra of the meat options on the dinner one because Corey is big and needs protein and carbs.
Yeah.
If you're doing that, we'll just round up to even 100 Geayl for 6 people plus the extra meat. Are you all sitting together or are you guys chilling out, doing other things in the bar?
Fine with sitting together.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
probably for the best to begin with.
Okay.
We're gonna pick a corner table so we can watch the door.
All right.
Or a table big enough to fit all of us comfortably, that we can see the door.
There's a corner.
Just Hyacinth's.
There's a corner booth you guys could all fit in.
Okay.
This could be like a Denny's. Well, minus the fight in the parking lot.
So far.
Yeah,
We
no.
haven't started it yet.
It's just
I've never
about,
been to a Denny's.
It's just, oh my god, lucky person. It's just about dinner. The fighting hasn't yet gotten ready. If anyone is observing their surroundings, they would notice that there are 4 what look to be Elvon magical apprentices sitting together in the room. Two owlins dressed in a light armor. No idea where they're from though, unless you do a what's called skill check to see based on the armor. There are 2 3, sorry, my bad. 3 quiet kobold rangers off in the other corner of the place, just smoking in the corner. And there is a young merfolk drinking from a large bowl of water near the door. That's the rest of the clientele at the moment.
Does anyone look particularly shady?
I mean, 3 kobold rangers is kind of probably shady, I would imagine.
If you can't spot the shady people in the room, it's probably you.
Sure.
Accurate.
I don't know why, but I feel like kobold rangers are just kobold versions of Aragon at the Pouncing Pony, whatever it's called. That's what I'm mentally picturing. It's just 3 versions of him in a corner smoking pipes, but they're kobolds under the cloak.
Did Hyacinth get the drinks from the bartender before they ran off with the food
Yes.
order?
Okay. You did. It's on a tray, so you don't have to worry about balancing at all.
Well, they are going to sit down and divvy out all of the drinks and put the 2 dwarven hammers in front of Magzio and Corey, and then the 3 fizzy sodas down, and they're going to sit and say, it's like, I just kind of got a little bit of everything because I didn't know half of the things they had on order, but I did get us a pie.
Perfect.
For the record, those with the dwarven hammer, it is a tankard of gold liquid that suddenly turns black halfway down. You find the where it goes from gold to black, what looks like a hair, but it is not one. It is emphasizing it is not a hair. It just looks like one. That once the liquid reaches it, the tankard refills for 1 hour.
Ooh.
And the drink has a scent of burning leather. Like, not the bad burning leather, but like a tannery. So it's got like that rustic scent. Uncertain
Like
if
a
that's because of
campfire?
the mat. Yes, thank you. The tankards, though, are about the size of like half of the Moogle's torsos. It is a large tankard.
But I got those for you 2 because I think Magzio usually drink what Corey drinks sometimes. So
Sometimes.
that makes sense. And I know that Corey likes to hit things, and it has the word hammer in it. So, and hammers are usually made best if they're made by dwarves. At least that's what I was told. And then these ones are blue, and they have bubbles in them. So I thought they should be sweet, right? And I know that Dell likes fizzy things.
We'll see.
Anyone who takes from the tankard is going to have to do a con save, just so you know.
Yes!
Oh, okay.
Super.
Just because it is it's a dwarven ale, so you're going to have to do a save.
Also, off table, Magzio could use a strong drink after everything of being the captain of the
I mean,
ship.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
yeah.
Joke's on you. Magzio's been drinking since he found out the ship was stolen.
Pretty much.
That's my secret
It's a
tap.
21 for a con save.
Corey's fine so far.
Moxio makes sure to say thank you to Hyacinth, and he'll begin taking sips.
It's what first mates do, right?
Keep the captain.
We're
You're doing
supposed
a
to be
wonderful job.
hopeful.
And how does Mogzio's con save go?
Oh boy. 5.
Oh my god.
This stuff hits Mogzio like a fucking train.
No, no.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what
He
type
was
of,
a-
I don't know what type of drunk Mogzio is, so this is how we can find out. I like to think that every character has stages of drunk. So we'll say that Mogzio was in the first stage of inebriated, whatever that is.
Hyacinth is also going to say, I thought about asking them to just combine every single drink they had and giving you that, but they had a lot of options that didn't sound like they would go good together. 'Cause
Yeah,
I know that
this
you
is
did that one.
That's a thing that can happen. This is probably better, but you okay, Moxio?
I'm fine. I'm taking sips. I don't immediately get drunk.
We'll say
It
about
happened
like
slowly.
when Mogzio hits like a third of the way down, that's when the first stage will hit. If they make it that far. DFA, just so you know, if you drink from the blueberry fizz, it is a soda, you will get a +1 to all +1 to all wisdom saves for 1 hour.
Wait,
I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. Soda that makes
every time she takes a sip of it, she hiccups, and when she hiccups, she inflates and then just kind of drops back down. So that's what she's doing for the remainder of the time.
Oh my god.
That's almost too cute.
That's a mental image. About 15 minutes after all this, the food comes out bit by bit. The kobold nervously hands you the food in hopes that it is everything that you requested. If not, they say that to just let them know and they will fix any problems you have. They also said that their boss, Carmen, will be back shortly. They were told to tell you to wait for she had information for you once they got back. So that Carmen kept the deal.
Heck yeah.
So now would be a perfect time to go over plans while you wait on Carmen and stuff your faces.
I'm gonna make a sandwich with my leftover bread.
Oh yeah, you still have all the bread. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
I like bread.
And now you have all of the sandwich making accoutrements.
This is perfect. It's like a charcuterie board.
You mean an adult Lunchable?
Yes,
Yes.
I love those.
You know what? Because I'm gonna be that person.
Oh no.
Ah, what would that fall? They don't have it, so I can't just. Never mind. I was gonna make you do a craft, but there is no like cooking.
Craft food.
Yeah, there's no like food related thing.
Okay,
so
if I was cooking, okay.
yeah, but there
But a
isn't.
sandwich
So
isn't.
never mind. The sandwich is made without issue.
Heck yeah.
You're able to make
Meat and
a
bread.
Shaggy worthy sandwich
Heck yeah.
and spend however long you need consuming it all. I don't know how fast.
I'm gonna
Court
keep.
eats.
Do I have to make repeated con saves for this drink?
The more you drink, yes. 'Cause remember,
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep drinking it.
because remember, it refills for an hour once you reach a certain point.
That's pretty cool.
It's really fucking cool. It's worth the price if you get basically free, like a bottomless brunch for an hour.
Yeah, like I will say every 10 minutes of consumption, I'll make you do a con save.
Okay,
Um,
that works.
yeah, you guys can discuss your plans or figure out what you want to do regarding Geayl while you wait for Carmen.
I don't know why my brother would be not in the forest, but I guess we were supposed to meet in a city. But I don't know. Did anyone else feel like the Oracle's words were a little... Hyacinth's gonna wiggle their fingers and say, like, spooky?
Oops.
Spooky.
Spooky how cheap she was.
I mean, yeah, that was kind of spooky how cheap she was. But you still got something out of it. It looked like it was something fancy.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it appraised.
I think I can do that if you want me to later to make sure that somebody gives you a good deal.
You have an appraisal thing?
I do. I have a +1 in appraisal.
Ah, cool. Didn't know that. Okay.
I've used it before.
Oh yeah, you did.
Whenever we were at the gym place.
I forgot about that. You're right.
Those poor gem salesmen who were just like, where the fuck did you get all of this?
Anyway, yeah, no, just got that completely. Move on.
I think I have a +9 to appraise, actually.
There you go.
Shit, you guys are gonna break economies, I swear.
Yes.
I don't exactly know what's going on with my bonuses, but I know one of them's just for being a Moogle. Ah, there we go. The other one's Scavenger.
Oh, okay. What is the other one?
Yeah. So Moogle and Gambler both get +2 bonuses. Oh, I didn't add my class bonus.
You have a lot of bonuses.
I do.
So technically, DFA can just be like, guys, appraise this. How much am I worth?
No, I did
priceless.
that. I did that. I just get an extra +2 if it's for a business transaction.
Yeah, because DFA gets a +2 if it's for a business transaction too, right?
That's just Moogle stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're so cute.
And no. No, they're kind of shifty. The tricksters.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We've never done anything wrong in our lives.
Nope.
That you know of.
Ever.
Nothing I can
Correct.
prove.
Wanted for being,
Nothing I can prove.
you
anyway.
know, I'm wanted for being a philanthropist. They don't allow that in certain places.
They really don't. Specifically the Empire. Oh Jesus. Also, Dell, you didn't meet the Oracle, so I would imagine you would have some inquiries of the party about that. Given your abilities and occupation.
Yeah. Sorry, words. Fuck, sorry. I think he's picking up that they're talking about an oracle, and while he's also like want to go, it's also like, but should I though? Like, will that cancel it out?
I don't see why it would.
I mean, the others. So yeah,
you're
the
thinking that.
others can share their experience to give you an idea what happened.
Yeah. I think he'll probably look over at Hyacinth and be like, so what do you mean by the answers are spooky?
So we all got to go together. So we didn't have to go one by one, which was nice. But she didn't give a clear answer. She kind of speaks the way that the trees did when I asked them for directions, where you kind of got an answer, but it's like it kind of just leads you with more questions. But you only get one question of the Oracle per day, unless they make a special exception for you. But I mean, the Oracle is nice.
Dell's just nodding along like all of this makes like
Cryptic.
perfect sense.
What is Corey doing?
I think I think cryptic is the word I'd use for it.
Are those the weird things you see in the forest that don't have names?
Oh, no, with a C on the end, not a D.
Oh.
Basically spooky and unclear.
Technically, cryptids are cryptic, so, like, not far off.
Oh, yeah.
That
Either way.
makes sense.
What about the Muggles? What would the Muggles tell Del their experience was?
I feel like DFA's previous comment says everything that needs to be known about her experience.
She's cheap.
Yeah, that's valid.
She gave the shopkeeper some bad business advice.
But do we?
And good.
Oh, Hyacinth's just saying it's like. But do we know it's bad business advice?
I mean, kinda. You know, I mean, like the guy's already old, and he's not successful yet, so kind of seems like bad business advice.
But he makes good baked goods.
Yeah,
That
I
eclair
mean,
was huge.
I didn't say he was a bad baker.
And you got those nuts? Were they nuts?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, only the Muggles would understand like the whole concept of the Moogle nut thing. I just realized that I'm like, yeah, no one else would know the value.
You got a lot of them, so you might not have to buy them for a while, unless you
Oh
eat
yeah.
those like a lot at the same time.
No, they're pretty much a one and done type of deal. Yeah, like once a day or once every few hours.
I just realized, does DFA know that Mogsia bought the nuts?
I don't think so. I don't think she was in there.
Yeah, because I think she walked out and was doing her own thing at that point. So I just realized DFA has no idea that Mogsia has 250 Kupo nuts.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, just chilling out in a pouch. Oh, that moment DFA's like, you've been holding out on me.
Just saving them for when we need them.
Because Del, you were kind of curious. Really quickly, roll a You have a history knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Roll that really quick.
Okie dokie. Do 11 plus 6 is 17.
Okay.
I don't know how much that's gonna tell me.
This would tell you it's a pass. You'll know because, of course, you'd know. Oracles, at least on this island, are like it's not one person that's immortal. Every time one leaves or dies, a new one comes in to fill the spot. You know that the current one has been around for at least, we'll say, 20 years. And the one before her is known to be the one that was visited by the leaders of both the Republic and the Empire before the war started. And the Oracle, the previous Oracle, was known to not be helpful for either because both sides left without seeking peace from the other one.
Okay, interesting. So she won't give predictions to people who like aspire to either side?
More like in your discerning, because fortune reading and all. To you, it comes off more as those who seek her wisdom haven't been getting what you would call the morally good answer. They're just being given an answer that leads to not always good outcomes. Whereas if you were an oracle, you would probably be like, no, I'm going to tell them to not do a thing. This oracle seemed to be like, yeah, you asked a question, I gave an answer, have fun with the answer. So it kind of counters what an oracle should be doing.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think he's looking a little like. I think he looks a little confused at first while everyone's sort of talking about it, about their experiences, and then sort of. He's not like scowling, but he definitely looks grumpy, for lack of a better word.
You took a perfectly good robot and gave him anger issues.
I mean, a
And
little
anxiety.
and anxiety. Yeah, he's just sort of like, that's not very helpful.
Are
And he
they
seems to
supposed
kind
to
of
be
mull
helpful?
over that. Huh?
Are they supposed to be helpful?
Well, it depends on the person, but in my opinion, if somebody is coming to you with an earnest question and wants to know something to help, and they have offered something in return like they're supposed to, and you're doing what you're supposed to, you shouldn't just like if they were to ask, hey, what's 2 plus 2, and your answer was, well, it's definitely less than 10. That's correct, but it's not exactly right, you know?
Even I gotta be like, wow, that's a good point.
Dell reducing the future down to numbers. And he just sort of like, I'm not saying that you always have to make sure that they know that it's exactly 4, because sometimes knowing that it's 4 will actually make it so that it won't be 4. But you can help make it a little better. Like, oh, I know you've been trying for you're trying to get something that'll equal a 7. This isn't really the way you want to go about that. You need to alter your path and, be helpful.
The alcohol starts hitting Bob, so he goes, yeah.
I don't know why, but when Dell does the whole math example, I pictured like that Zach Galifianakis math gif just in front of Mogzio's face, like 2 plus 2 sometimes doesn't equal. Wait, what? How does it not always equal 4?
He just decided not to pay attention to that part.
I'm a simple Moogle. Math is not a friend.
He's clinging on to the Oracle is just bullshitting people, and just, yeah, you tell them.
And cheap.
Yeah.
This just in, the Moogle's going to overthrow the Oracle. We'll say around this time, Carmen arrives back at the tavern and sees you quickly coming over, asking how you guys are doing, how your trip to the Oracle was, exchanging pleasantries, as you would do, and telling you that they do have some intel to relay regarding your question about Jim Bob McGillicuddy.
Jiminy Billy Bob.
Yeah. I need one of you guys get to pick which one, to roll a d20.
Just like flat roll.
Yep, one of you has to do it. So decide which.
Um,
Who feels luckiest?
No.
13.
Thank you, DFA.
Okay. The information gleaned during the couple hours they were gone is that Geayl has been staying at one place on the island, only leaving the house of which they've been staying to make trips to the Oracle's temple. Nowhere else it's been determined. Continuing to ask around, while he has not left the house other than to see the Oracle, he has gotten multiple visitors, none of which are local, and none of which can be identified by anyone who is local. All that is known is they came from different ships, all of which had left shortly after their visits and gone in different directions from the island upon leaving. That was all Carmen was able to gain in the few hours that she had to search.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
He's not very social. At least not like enough to leave the place he's staying. He was like this in Scione too. Like he never really left that ship, right?
Yeah.
I think he can pretend to be if he has to be. But yeah, I think for his own terms, he prefers to play it safe, it would seem.
Oh, also DFA. Carmen says that Agamedes has been a lovely occupant while you were gone and has been eating very healthily the entire day.
He seems unsurprised by this news.
She did tell you, feeling that it would be a good update, as it has been quite a few hours. She is also able to relay the information on where the house is, so if you guys decide to, you can go there without worry. It is on the southern outskirts of town. It's kind of like, best way to describe it, a townhouse. It's not like he has neighbors.
Is the house owned by somebody? Like, do they just rent it out?
Since this would be a specific roll,
No, Hyacinth was asking Carmen.
yeah, no,
yes.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, because that'll be Carmen like doing like their own local knowledge. Actually, I'll just for Carmen. She's able to tell you that the house is owned by someone who does not live on the island but does own the place. Geayl seems to be renting it from them whenever he arrives on the island. Whenever he's not renting it, it's unoccupied. But he comes very routinely, so it doesn't seem to matter while he's gone.
It's a timeshare.
I mean, more or less. Ocean view, nice island, Oracle adjacent.
No meddling kids, as far as he's aware.
Yet. You guys have only begun to meddle.
Do you know anybody who would know about what kinds of ships come this way? We were looking for one specific one that we're trying to like just keep track of.
Okay, I'm asking as a DM, not as Carmen. What ship are you trying to keep track of?
The Tiamat.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know if they have like a port master or something like that, like we do in Scione.
Yeah, or if her local.
Because we're in the transient area, of town, correct?
You guys are in. No, you guys are in like the not lower class, but like class. The transient was what like where Bushi is. Yeah, Carmen's Hearth is in like in the middle district. The other hotel, the Silver Bow, was in the higher.
Mhm.
The transient one, there is no like tavern or hotel. It's just you find a place to stay. But no, she comes up with the fact that while there's no like portmaster, because again, sacred ground, everyone's coming and going, and they don't want to infringe on people's privacy and reasons for coming here. The ship you're describing, the Tiamat, was seen dropping off Geayl, but left shortly after.
Okay.
And it was heading, because, you know, it's kind of hard to miss them when they come and go, heading back north towards the Republic.
And the twins are in the Empire area, correct?
What you guys know of, the twins are in Ionia, which is the other nation. The Empire is where you guys are. The Empire is to the east, Ionia is to the west, and the Republic is to the north. You're smack dab in the middle of everything.
It's a useful place to be.
In the middle of Peloponnesian War? Yeah, sure. Said no Greek ever. What do you guys think we should do with this information?
Do we know how to get to where Geyl's at?
Yeah, Carmen was able to give you the directions to the house. It's just south of town and would be like an hour's walk for you guys.
Oh, okay.
Like it's not far from town at all. It's just a lovely view.
Well, we could show up there drunk, or we could show up there tomorrow morning.
Show up
Drunk.
Just show up drunk. Geayl, you son of a bitch. Where's our money?
I got a nat
Geayl.
20 on my next con check.
Yeah, no, about now, you would have taken the con save. How would that go?
Yeah, that's a 20.
Yeah, you're still fine.
Natural 20.
Both of you got 20? So yeah, Muggsy, you're still in stage 1. Corey, you're apparently just not even phased.
I'm
not sure if that's disappointing you or not, but booze is not bothering you.
Yet. Still got an hour for it to refill, so.
Also, if you are consuming it in larger quantities, the gold half of it tastes very smoky. The black liquid, the bottom half, tastes more how do you describe like I don't want to say like starchy, because it's not starch.
Rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, that.
I love vodka.
I'm not saying it's bad.
So do I.
I'm not saying it's bad, but you don't drink vodka for the taste. You drink it to get drunk.
It
Well,
tastes very sterile.
Yeah, you drink it because it just kind of tastes like whatever you mix it with.
Yeah. The running gag. You drink whiskey to savor it. You drink bourbon to savor it. You drink vodka because you want to forget what's going on.
Exactly.
You drink tequila to cause problems.
Thankfully,
Yeah,
thankfully, this
definitely.
bar does not have tequila. I don't need to see you guys drinking tequila. It would
Ayo.
just be that stupid TikTok audio, the with the dancing cat.
But it's Moogles.
Don't put that into the universe, please. But yeah, you guys can decide if you want to go tomorrow. You guys decide if you want to go tonight and be a drunken menace to Geayl. Up to you.
With the silver bell, the silver bow or the silver bell?
Silver bow.
Would the silver bow be closer to the area that Geyl's staying or further away?
About the same distance.
Okay.
It's just one district over.
Okay. Um, I think we just stay here for the night, and then we can wait for Elric to get back, if he comes back tonight, and then try to confront Geayl in the morning. And if Elric's not back, we can still go without him anyways.
I'm down.
That's fine.
Because Moxio already bought rooms here, right?
Yeah, the rooms were purchased. You guys had them at least one.
Yeah.
By the time you finish eating, we'll say it's about maybe a little after 7. So it's been dark for maybe like an hour or so. If you guys wish to go straight to bed, you can do that, or you guys can stay up and do some stuff beforehand. Leave that up to you. I don't know if anyone needed to do anything before they crashed. Did Del want to visit the Oracle, or is that not a need right now?
I don't think it's a need right now. Also, I don't think he knows what to do with this actual frustration at somebody that he hasn't actually met yet.
Okay, that's fair. Also, what was that, Corey? You were thinking?
I was just gonna say I'll be right back.
Okay. Does DFA need to do anything before they crash for the evening?
Just retrieve the Agamedes.
You can retrieve him to bring to your room at your leisure. He is chilling out in the stables as you left him. You find him surrounded by the remains of, we'll say, 3 meals worth of the Geayl greens. And like a cat to catnip, he looks very proud of himself for how much he consumed. But it looks even more excited to see you.
She's just gonna kind of coo to him about what a good baby he is and what a growing boy he is, and then she's gonna tuck him in and she's gonna go sleep.
Okay. Are you sleeping in the stables with him, or are you going into a room?
No, I'm taking him to a room.
Oh, okay. Just want to be sure, positioning where everybody is. All right, so you're taking Igamis to a room. Hyacinth, were you doing anything before bed?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Moxia, do you have anything you would like to do? Or are you too drunk?
I'll probably munch on something.
Okay.
And keep
There
drinking
is
my
pie.
drink until it stops refilling.
So you'll stay up for an hour and finish your drink, finish your food, have a full belly and a fuzzy internal head as well as external, I guess. Just because you did make the first one, we'll say make a dex how you go up the stairs if you can make it successfully without stumbling.
Oh no.
Dane?
That's how that dex works.
So probably just being careful about it and just carefully grabbing the one of the rungs of the ladder, or the ladder, not the ladder, the
stairs.
Grabbing the
I
don't know what they're called.
Like the banister?
Yeah, I guess the banister of the stairs, and just and then getting the last one, and then almost stumbling backwards, and then doing a hop up to the top stairs, and be turn around, and just to myself to be yeah, I made it.
That was your Everest.
I just kind of wobble to the to the room.
In the room you find, I'm assuming because DFA is going to crash in the same room as you, I'm assuming. You will find DFA and Agamedes out cold in their little corner of the room. And for flavor, I would say Agamedes is snoring adorably. I don't know if DFA would snore.
She doesn't. She makes little weird meeping sounds.
Even cuter.
Why am I picturing Agamedes doing the inhale and DFA doing the meep, 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 meep after?
Probably how it works out.
That's now canon. Mugsy, you found that you have a lovely auditory to go with your sleeping tonight.
Just tunes it out and just kind of like does a jump with a flap of his wings and just kind of like gets a good foot above the bed and just like just falls into a pillow and just starts snoring.
We will say sleep comes very easy for Mogsio tonight. With and without the aid of the alcohol, because the beds are actually really good beds. Cut to Del. Are you doing anything before bed besides festering over someone you've never met?
I think honestly, yeah, that's what he's doing. I think he's like making some notes in his own like little personal journal about the weird the ice rock and the place and the weird aura, like what it looks like, so he can like detect it again, and like what fixed it and like what on earth that was. But then like at the bottom of all of this, it's just like some additional notes about how to actually be an oracle and why are they hurting common people who aren't involved with things and stuff. And it's just he's obviously quite upset but doesn't know what to do with this information, so he's just recording it.
I'm picturing the furious writing.
Scribble, 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 scribble.
While that's happening, Hyacinth, you said you're going straight to bed, probably.
I think Hyacinth is going to try to see if they can once things start calming down after like dinner service and all that, they're gonna see if Carmen will let them see the garden that they heard about.
Okay.
Because they just want to see how somebody keeps what their garden looks like. They're just curious. Because we're kind of in an island in a city.
Well, it's not really a city, but like, yeah, I know what you mean.
We're not neck deep in nature.
Yeah,
so they're curious.
You're in an urban setting, not a forest setting.
Correct.
It's not going to be like a giant to do. It's going to be just like she'll just tell you what is there while showing you. That's what I describe it. It's a very Mediterranean garden. There's like, because this is behind the bar, there's some shaded sitting areas. There's some, if I butcher the name of these plants, any plant nerds forgive me. Campsis grandiflora, which are the like the vines that usually crawl on things with orange and red trumpet shaped flowers. There's some golden hops, some morning glories, some common jasmine plants. There's some climbing roses. There's some wisteria. I didn't know there was an actual real plant. I thought that was made up for video games. The more you know.
No, they're real. It's very pretty.
Really?
Also, you can make a self-fermented fizzy drink out of it.
Okay, for everyone who just did really, I didn't know that agave was real. I thought Fallout made it up.
Oh my god.
Do they have plants where you are?
I am very, very oblivious to nature.
Fallout.
Of course, you can't risk going outside without bursting into flames.
And also, if I remember correctly, agave is very Western U.S., not Eastern.
Correct.
Comments?
Wait, what?
I said Fallout, the place or the game that takes place in America.
Yes, it's in America, but it's in different parts of America. Also, it's a post-nuclear war. Also, just so you know, Hyacinth, it's a very gravelly floor. There's some fountains and a lot of succulent plants that are going around like I figure agaves. Fucking goddamn. That'd make me look stupid. Some what would be considered Italian cypress, Mediterranean spurge, Spanish brooms, bay tree, lavender, rosemary, bush sage, etc. What you would expect in a Mediterranean garden. She said that she's been maintaining it since her mother gave her the tavern, and it's her way of remembering her mother.
Aww. That's so sweet.
Not everything I come up with is like tragic and edgy. I can make moments that are nice.
That's
At a
nice.
cost.
Good to know.
Yeah, at a cost. You're gonna wake up
At
to
a cost.
you're gonna wake up to like Carmen brutal.
Please don't. I would be sad.
But no, with everyone heading to bed when they get to bed. Corey, did you have anything to do before you went to sleep?
I do not.
Okay, just want to make sure. Besides the garden, was that all you had to do, Hyacinth?
Tyson is going to ask Carmen if they could pay her to make a bouquet of flowers for the party.
Um,
Arranging.
she will make it, but she won't charge you.
Okay.
Only because
Why?
because this is a garden. She's like, this isn't. She doesn't maintain the garden for like profit. It's just a personal garden,
Uh-huh.
and allowing the moment to share with you was just a nice connecting. So she doesn't feel a need to charge you.
Okay. And then once, if Carmen tells Hyacinth that this was just a moment to connect with them, they will bring out their like book of pressed flowers and like basically flip through and show all the different kinds of flowers that they remembered back in the forest and that they've kind of found along the way and the different places that they were found in. Basically, floral nerds being floral nerds.
Yeah.
And explain that eventually they would like to have a flower shop.
Yeah.
So it's always
shop.
nice to see.
A
Yes, a
shop.
flower shop.
But you two do connect. We'll say it takes about you'll say like an hour and a half. This goes on.
That's fine.
And but she says in the morning she'll have the bouquet for you. Other than that, she says if that's all, she'll see you off to bed. And you guys will all have a lovely long rest that doesn't have any interruptions.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
And this will be a perfect time, because it's a long rest, for everyone to take a quick break. I just was like, ooh, this is actually perfect.
Cool.
So yeah, everyone get up, stretch, smoke them if you got them. Pop a gummy, pop a gummy if you need it.
Okay, but like legit though, the gummies are nice.
We'll be back in just a bit. Don't go away. Hopefully, when we return, the party will decide how Geyl's fate will be. Maybe. We'll see.
Mute yourself, Jam.
Pretty good. Yeah, thank you. But I was ahead of that. So yeah, we're back. Party awakens after a long rest to find that Moxio and DFA had gotten up early and gone somewhere, but didn't say where. Agamedes was taken with DFA, so it's clear they do not know how long they'll be gone, but they know they're going to be off doing something. That leaves just Dell, Hyacinth, and Corey to go about their day. How and what is up to them?
Well, we can get breakfast.
Yes, of course.
And then maybe do a little reconnaissance on this Geayl house.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, is Dell the first one up as usual, or is Dell taking a chance to sleep in?
I think he's gonna sleep in just a little bit, especially considering that I don't think he realized how much better he sleeps when he's not on a boat.
Mood. All right, so I'm going to guess that Corey was the first one up.
For once, sure.
Okay. Well, first of the three of you.
Ale did not faze me.
All right, so you wake up first. On awakening, it is a beautiful Mediterranean day. That is my way of saying I fucking envy all of you Italians. That level 7. You have a beautiful country, but God, I get. You find the tavern is empty, save for yourself and the staff. Carmen lets you know that the Mughals did leave in the morning. They left around a little after dawn. Something about a little adventure that DFA wanted to go on. But they said they would be fine to meet up later. There's a little suggestion that they may be looking for Elric, given that, he's off doing his own thing. But you are able to order breakfast, and they have the general breakfast meals, so you don't have to worry about anything that you've never had before. They also have a coffee liqueur if you would like to have it with your breakfast.
Maybe a touch.
The overall breakfast meal would come to about, we'll say, 15 Geayl. You can just deduct that. Sure. And she will bring it to you when it's ready, and you can get yourself ready for the day as the other two wake up. Whenever that would be.
I'm going to say Hyacinth would wake up next because they tried to wake up earlier than everyone else, but it did not work.
The bed was too nice.
The bed was really nice.
These beds got good thread counts.
And they are going to go and get their bouquet of flowers that they ordered.
Yep. When you come downstairs, it is on the bar in a lovely vase.
Ooh. And they're going to pick out a couple flowers here and there for one for everybody, not until they hear that, Moxio and DFA have absconded. Then putting those two back into the bouquet and just picking out one for themselves, one for Dell, and one for Corey. And then ordering their breakfast.
All right.
And going to sit down with Corey.
Are you getting a bit of everything, or are you just going to get like a smaller version of what Corey's getting?
A little bit of everything.
Okay.
And then another blue fizzy drink for Dell, but Hyacinth is going to have whatever breakfast tea is available.
This morning the tea is chamomile.
Ooh, sounds fancy.
Yes, tea, letter, coffee. There's also they also have butterbeer this morning. I don't feel like butterbeer is a good idea in the mornings.
Probably not. Lots of indigestion.
As somebody who has a Dr. Pepper every single morning, it can't be worse than that.
I'm squinty.
And no, I'm not exaggerating.
I'm squinty eyeing you. But you're not surprised.
And Hyacinth will also ask for another plate on the side of theirs, and then because they're going to share breakfast with Dell like they usually do.
Okay. All right. We'll say Dell gets up within an hour of the other two.
Yeah.
Okay. You come downstairs and you realize very quickly that the DFA and the Moxio have absconded. Elric didn't come home last night, so it's just the three of you.
That darn 15-year-old.
I mean, yeah, he really
right.
Is. Oh, that's the other thing Dell missed during their arrival. The party realized that by everyone else's standards, Elric's only 15 by comparing Elven to human standards.
We should be very happy he's not an angsty teen.
I mean, he's a dark knight.
He's an edgy teen. He's not an angsty teen. These are different.
That's
true.
And also, technically, Dell's less than 5?
Yeah, Dell's technically it's been 3 years since he was created, but he was created to be like someone in his 20s. So.
I'm just making the joke in Futurama when you find out Bender's only 4 years old. And he's like, yeah, precocious little scamp, ain't I?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Or XJ9 from My Life as a Teenage Robot is only 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
Either way, the party is realizing, oh shit, we're a bunch of kids.
I'm not.
Isn't that usually how it goes?
Well, majority of them are. So yeah, Corey.
don't
I
technically
think
know
Corey's
how
the only
old people
mature one, isn't she?
I'm 28.
Well, I mean, going by your racial wise, because I think Hyacinth's just reached maturity.
Yeah,
Hyacinth, I think Vera reached maturity in their 20s.
Okay.
I think. Because they hit puberty like normal in their teens, which is whenever you find out what gender they are.
Yeah. I do not think Muggles have maturity. I think they just age.
They just exist.
Yeah.
They just come into being.
Either way, the three of you have a lovely breakfast. How Dell is feeling after last night is up to Dell.
I think just still grumpy. like he'll be fine, and then he'll think about the Oracle thing again, and just be like, "Hurt."
Since I can't do it normally, I'm gonna have you do a Constitution save really quick.
Okay.
I normally can't use a con against a robot, but I thought of a good way to do it.
+1. That's a 14.
Okay. You wake up a little warmer than usual as the grump, but not warm enough where it's affecting your like servers and interior mechanics.
He's literally just hot under the collar.
Literally, yeah. No, because I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, I literally put my leg against my tower, and I'm like, oh shit! If computers run too hot, they shut down. How angry is Dell? My computer gave me an idea.
He is frustrated and annoyed, but he is not yet enraged.
Then he is fine. He can go about his day without having to worry about any kind of drawbacks. But
Poor glitching.
The three of you can now just figure out what you would like to do with your day. You had some ideas regarding either recon for Geayl's place, or maybe just explore the town a bit more.
While they eat breakfast, Hyacinth is going to offer to put flowers into Corey and Del's hair.
Huh.
yeah,
Like
sure.
and they're going to do that while everyone eats.
Okay.
And while they eat.
Also, I'll remind
A
you.
little brunch bonding time.
Yeah, this is literally like a brunch session for you three. Also, because it is a new day, technically speaking, the three of you could visit the Oracle and get another question out of them.
We could.
I just realized I'm
Bill
like,
for the Oracle, and I might let you ask this time, Hyacinth.
I mean, I don't. What even could we ask to try to get clarification? Like, do we want just more clarification from the last question that we asked?
No idea. I don't know how much clearer she could be. Because clear does not seem to be her thing.
We could see if the two of them are friendly to each other.
Or if they know of each other.
Because they know of each other, but they don't know of each other's connections to us.
Maybe. We
We
could
could
try
to
that.
see. We could try that. And then, so I'll ask if our brothers are friendly with each other. Or should it be friendly towards each other? If our brothers are allies? Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so I'll ask if they're allies. And then I guess depending on what we get, you can ask for clarification on that. Or if you think of another question you want to know, then you can also ask that too.
I'll go off of what she says.
And Del can ask, does the Oracle believe? Go full Batman. So, you guys finish your little brunch date. Is the decision you guys want to go to the Oracle, or was just a imminent hawing?
I think we should go to the Oracle, and then after, depending on time-wise, IRL,
Yeah.
we can do some scouting.
Okay.
Just some casual. walking by.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, Dell, do you have the orb with you, or would you have left it on the boat?
No, he doesn't. He's taken to not like leaving the orb anywhere that he's not.
Okay.
Unless he absolutely has to.
No, that's
No, but that's
I need to know these things that way. Like if you go somewhere, that the orb may be like, must protect master.
oh no. But yeah, I think it's just a protective thing because he's sort of like, I don't want anybody else to get like zapped away and possessed, which, you know, still haven't dealt with, and that's fine. I don't have to do that. I'm a robot beat boop.
Okay, so you do have it. You have it in your pouch.
But yeah, he doesn't want anyone else to get zapped away. He doesn't want anyone else to get like taken over. So he's just like, it'll stay on me.
Okay.
Because I can definitely handle it.
Hey, so
It's synced to Dell via Bluetooth.
oh my
Say
god,
what?
it's synced to Dell via Bluetooth.
Yes.
Device.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite get that. What?
Device connected. All right, so you guys go to the temple. It's early enough where there's not a lot of people there, so you don't have to wait as long. Dell, this is your first time being in the temple, so quick visual aid. This oracle's temple is very, for lack of a better term, think of the Greek and Egyptian temples. Many columns, open ceilings. The pylon has obelisks and statues in front of it. Inside are paintings and carved walls depicting the oracle as well as the different gods. So, for a quick TLDR, think ancient Greek, ancient Egyptian temples, and that's what the visual would be.
Yeah, I'm just going with the opening of the Mummy from 2000.
Yeah, close enough. Minus the cursed shit. You guys do encounter a priest, different one than the day before. Their name is Mayron. Excuse me. Is it Mayron? Yeah, Mayron. And he remembers the two of you from before, but doesn't recognize Dell, so gives a quick rundown of how the thing works. You three will be brought before the Oracle, allowed one question, get one answer. And to remain where you're brought and to not get too close to the Oracle or the guards there will, protect. But otherwise, the audience will be private. The priests and priestesses will not be involved. For sake of brevity, the waiting occurs. You guys are brought in. Just like before, the smell of incense, the kind of spooky dark room. The guards are hidden within shadow, waiting to act if needed. Oracle greets you all and asks, "You come before me today. What questions do you bring me?" Whichever order you three like.
I'm going to be upfront. My brain is not firing on all cylinders, and I don't know what Dell wants to ask right now. So I'm going to go with he is observing and silently critiquing.
That's fair.
Works.
That's kind of what happened last time. Everyone was like, Everyone kind of played the I don't know what to ask game, but also the I don't know if I should ask game.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean Hyacinth's first?
Hyacinth's first.
Okay.
They're going to kind of tilt their head to the side and straighten back out, and their ears kind of move a little bit. And you guys have been with Hyacinth long enough to know that this is kind of their thinking phase. And they just ask, I was here yesterday and we asked about our brothers. I would like to know, are our brothers allies towards each other right now?
There's a distinct pause, as if taking in the question and considering the answer. The one taken from his sister by force secretly meets with the one taken from his sibling by culture. While they do not know of their alliance, there is one forming over time.
Okay.
Sure,
Thank you.
I think.
Hmm? What was that, Corey?
I said reassuring, I think.
Okay, that's what I thought you said. I just want to make sure, like, I didn't mishear you.
I'm trying to think how to ask the next question.
While you think about it, Dell, would you do an Arcana roll? Well,
Hell yeah.
yeah, knowledge of it anyway. Because again, you said you're observing.
Oh, that is a nat 20.
Oh, oh fuck.
Yes. I thought it was a 2 and I was about to get really sad and I saw, oh no shit, it's a 20.
Fuck.
For a
Okay.
total of?
Yeah, for a total of how much?
Oh, right. There's a number to add to that, Icarus. 27.
Okay.
Chelsea, oh,
Del sees all.
does the orb help?
No, the orb wasn't needed for this one.
The orb's just in the background, like, I knew you could do it.
The orb is like waving palm him's like, yeah, you do it, do the thing. You notice that the answer given came from not one bit of magical power. Like, there was no divine sense, there was no natural influence. That was an answer that was seen from your like knowledge of Arcana and everything. That came from like basic intelligence, not Arcana.
Is that normal for any kind of fortune teller?
No, because this oracle gets their power from the gods, supposedly. Like this is a divinely chosen spirit into a body every they speak for the gods. But this answer came from someone not using the divine speak. The other two don't know this though. You just noticed it.
Okay. Interesting. Because like even a divine caster, which is I guess essentially what a like true oracle of this ring would be, would have some kind of residue from the connection.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
like
yeah.
There's no like USB connection.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Dell didn't see no divine shit in that answer.
Okay, I think I have my question.
Okay.
I'm going to ask, what kind of danger are our brothers in?
Ooh, okay.
What dangers do they face, essentially?
That's like the $1 million question. Fuck.
Sorry.
No. That was good. I couldn't have planned for that. There's no way I could have planned for anyone asking that. Roll me a charisma with how you're phrasing it. Like just a flat charisma roll.
Let's see.
That was a good
That's
question.
that.
That's good. As a GM, I'm both proud and also impressed because I couldn't even predict asking that.
Okay, so I got an 18, and I'm literally asking, what dangers do our brothers face? In those exact words.
Fuck. Okay.
I mean, you can get back to me.
No. I have the answer. It was just I did not expect that answer to be revealed yet. Oh, Okay.
Moving
Corey-
on along, one question at a time.
Corey asked the right question. That was the $1 million question that I did not expect anyone to ask and get away with.
Mm-hmm.
The Oracle takes a minute to answer. If you wish to roll a perception, I'll tell you what you notice about the pause. If not, I will just give the answer.
I will try that, sure.
Also, Del, because you are observing, you can roll perception as well.
Oh, okay.
I feel Hyacinth is doing the thinky face still.
Hyacinth
Okay. Del is, I think, kind of blown away by what he's learned. I technically got a 15, but I rolled a 4 to get that, so...
Okay, still 15. Okay. What about Corey?
16.
You both know... Hyacinth, did you roll perception, or were you in your thinky face?
Hyacinth's paying attention to Corey.
Okay. Both of you notice the Oracle glances to the sides of the room where Corey would know the guards have been standing. And there is a bit of hesitance in the length of the pause, just so you two know. The danger your brothers face comes from a cult known as the Apostates. Both of them are trapped within their world. And if you two are not careful, so will you.
The clearest answer we've gotten out of them yet.
Still though, fucking
Right?
Christ, you guys got the fucking, like, for lack of a better term, the season big question out and didn't even, like, it wasn't intended to be asked. Holy shit.
You gave us an oracle.
Yeah, I didn't think any of you were
You
going to be
did
like...
give us an oracle.
I didn't think any of you would be like, oh, let's actually do plot relevant shit. I thought you were going to be like, hey, how can
Wow,
I...
we got one chat while we're here before we go commit a fucking war crime. Like,
Still, that was fucking good.
Yeah.
I expected that to...
I mean, if she had just been answering about Carden, then I might have not pursued it that far, but she did answer for both of our brothers, so Corey wants
Still.
to know.
Still, that was so good. Proud of you guys. Like, damn.
We did plot shit.
Not only did you...
Wow.
You stumbled into the plot shit. You failed up.
Yeah.
But no,
Okay.
the Oracle does answer the cult of the Apostates. Your brothers are trapped in their world, and if you are not careful, so will you. You being the group.
Okay, good.
Is Del still observing, or is Del, like, processing now?
I think Del is processing.
Would Del like to do
Because
another
Del is-
Arcana?
Say what?
Would you like to do another Arcana like you did before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then roll another Arcana. At advantage, because you saw the hesitation before.
Okay. So that one's a 21.
Still not an ounce of divine connection.
Del does not like this. Because it either means that she's a very, very well-connected, well-concealed, but clear fake, or that something is going on and she's standing in for the real Oracle who's not actually here. Which could also be why she's giving really shitty predictions.
Okay.
And he's just like, but where is the actual one?
it can also be a phone a friend kind of situation.
Sorry, what? More time?
It could also be a phone a friend situation. Del has a message spell, correct?
Yeah. Del does have... If I remember correctly, Del can do message, right?
Yeah, he can.
Okay.
Would Del be able to track if it looks like someone received a message spell? I don't know if that leaves like a
No, message isn't. You have to make sure that you can see your target, but you still have to literally whisper it.
Yeah.
And in a place like this, that would be incredibly difficult to cover without having some kind of other obvious magic. At least that's my opinion. Sorry.
No, you're right. Also, for message, you're only allowed so many words usually. And,
Yeah.
And the answers are a lot more wordy than they should be if it was like a 25-word message. But it is a good theory.
Well, have any of ours been over 25 words?
Dell's only used, I think, what, twice?
Oh, I mean, the answers to our predictions have definitely been more than 25 words.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And also, every time Dell's used it, it's been more of a, hey, we're doing a thing, don't die. It hasn't exceeded more than 20.
Yeah, no, I'm usually very, very succinct when it comes to that because I don't feel like actively counting, but I have an idea of how to keep it underneath.
Yeah. But no, again, you guys are on to good theories. Good theories. So technically speaking, Dell still has a question if they wish to ask.
I think. Let's see.
He's still gonna
Why
start
are
the
you
next
not
holy war.
Dell's gonna start the drama.
Sorry, I've got a note here for something that sorry, I was checking my notes because I couldn't remember if I had heard that phrase before, but I don't have it written down. I've got a flash here from there was a tiny bit of like a vision that he had, I think, while connected to the orb. But was it a vision of? It was of someone named Cilia or Cilia.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that the previous oracle, or is that supposed to be this oracle?
That was the previous one.
Okay.
Look at that. The notes actually paid off.
Yeah. I try, man.
You three are making plot happen.
I think. I don't know if this ends up being where you want to like cut it away for the thing.
If Dell has a question, Dell can ask.
I think he's gonna look. I think maybe in a way that the other two haven't seen before. It's like he goes. He gets this certain air about him that normally he only does when he's casting or like using some of his more like divine or divination-y type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like this weirdly fluid but focused kind of like vibe. He, you know, sort of makes it known, like either like just steps up or something that he is going to be asking a question. I think he's going to look the oracle just dead in the face, no hesitations, and he's going to ask, is Cilia still beyond the portal in the place of snow and dragon and fire?
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he wants to see what happens because he doesn't believe that's something that you can just.
No, that's not something anyone. Yeah. Okay.
Like especially because he saw it in a vision. It's not necessarily something that you would know, and he's also wondering if maybe something else happened to the old oracle, and he wants to see what her reaction is. He's not very good at reading people, but he can at least see like things that she does in response.
Oh, that was good. Fucking god, that 2 good questions tonight. What the fuck? Okay. All 3 of you rolled a perception because no matter what, the 2 of you are like, well, that's a specifically like pointed question.
Also, who the fuck is this Cilia?
Yeah, this is something that only Dell knows. So the 2 of you are like, what? Yeah, all 3 roll a perception.
Hyacinth's gonna look towards the guards.
I rolled a nat 20 again.
I gotta modify.
19.
Okay, so Hyacinth's looking at the guards. Corey, you watching? Dell, the Oracle, or the guards?
If Hyacinth is watching the guards, I'm going to watch the Oracle.
Okay, and Dell, I'm assuming you're watching the Oracle.
Oh yeah, like a hawk.
Hyacinth, you notice all of the guards stepping just into the visible light. They're still in the side, like off to the sides, but they have stepped forward noticeably. No weapons have been drawn, but they have made steps.
They are aware.
Is that the same movement they made whenever GFA did the thing?
The first time with DFA, it was one step. This was like 3 steps. You can physically see each of their presences in between the columns. Before you just you can actually visibly count the guards in the room.
How many guards are in this room?
There are 12.
Okay.
Ori and Dell, my little plot drivers, thank you for this tonight. Didn't expect this. Even though there's a veil between you and the Oracle that, like, contains them in their little podium space, you're able to physically see her twitch, like, visibly fidget at the question. You also see her look each direction to the guards, then to each of you, and goes, specifically to you, Dell. You're the one that Renfri's looking for, aren't you?
Fuck, he didn't think about that.
And that's where we're ending it.
Ah, fuck.
Sorry, one more time.
That is where we're going to end it, with the Oracle asking, you're the one that Renfri's looking for, aren't you?
Oh, shit.
What happens when the Oracle asks you a question?
What happens when the Oracle asks you a question?
You guys asked questions I did not expect, and I'm like, oh, plot just happened. Oh, well.
Plot just happened while only half of us are here.
Not only that,
Right.
but the dice spoke. That wasn't I can just say, no, the dice wasn't high enough. You guys rolled exceedingly well.
Jesus.
Probably good that half of us aren't here because they may need to help us.
I swear
They might have to save us.
I swear my copper metal dice, they're either like meh on like non-relevant stuff, and they'll either roll high on like ridiculous things or plot relevant things. There is no in between.
Like, okay, for the reference, I didn't expect half of that information to drop until the end of this arc.
Well, all right then.
Ooh.
You just got like end of arc info way earlier than I expected. Holy fucking shit!
Sorry.
To pull a Matt Mercer. Well, there goes those notes.
Oops.
Fuck, and I need to plan according to this, and that you guys have knowledge that I wasn't expecting you guys to have for a while.
Well,
next session's gonna be great. Session 25, guys.
magic
Oh,
number.
Woo!
Whoa.
I'm sorry, and you're welcome.
arguably speaking, I'm making the joke because it's, Critical Role joke being made. If you guys can make it to session 30 without, like, a big bad thing happening, you guys break the curse. Because if I remember correctly, between episodes, 25 and 30 is when, like, something bad always happens.
25 and 36 are, in Critical Role terms, in my opinion, cursed. Because something bad always fucking happens between 25 and 36.
Well, at session 24's ending, you guys just got huge lore drops. And
They might have made a fucking
Have
enemy of the
accidentally
Oracle.
revealed himself.
Dell kind of made a power move.
Oh yeah.
Dell was kind of mad because he thought she was lying. You can't lie if you're an oracle.
And also, Corey was like, hey, I know a question that can break something. Again, you guys did good. As a DM, I'm proud, but as me, I'm like, oh fuck. Storytelling-wise, I didn't think that was going to happen. Huh, shit.
Oh no, I have to revise.
Yeah,
Well, time to move up that timeline.
I have like 10 notes to revise.
I feel that pain, man. I'm sorry.
Don't be. That's actually fantastic because that means like this is the one time it's good to go off the rails because like, oh, this means the party now has control of the rails. I don't.
Oh no.
You guys just took the reins, and I'm proud of all of you. Especially because the other three are off doing who knows what, and Alec was after that cloaked figure, so that could lead to some other stuff too. This is going to be good next session. I'm proud. I am very proud. Good. Hopefully the audience enjoyed tonight's session. It'll be on YouTube next Tuesday if you missed parts. Hopefully we'll continue next week. If not, when we come up next, we're gonna find out what the fuck happens next. Cause we're now in uncharted territory that I didn't plan for.
12 guards staring at us.
I didn't say they were staring at you.
Well,
I didn't
no.
They're just staring. They moved forward very threateningly.
For those who like know Critical Role, this is the equivalent of when campaign 2 Caleb pulled the whole thing with the Kryn. In terms of like, I was not expecting this.
I'm an enemy of the Empire.
Yeah, and Matt's like, oh, we're doing this. Okay.
Does this mean that we get our own Essex soon?
I mean, you already got a floating magic person. Isn't that close enough?
I mean, kind of.
I mean, we can agree Dell is conveniently attractive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you got your hot boy who floats. Anyway, God, yeah, everyone. Hopefully you have a good time zone. Hopefully we'll see you in the next session. And all of you watching, you can thank Corey, Dell, and Hyacinth for making me have to revise all my plans. Have a lovely rest of your week, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.